What's up, guys? YouTuber here, and today in this live stream, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be reacting to all of the Rewind Rumble episodes I have not seen yet. Because here's the thing, it would just be meaningless at this point to just do separate reactions to all of them. So I might as well just react to all of them in one sitting in a live stream. I know you guys are going to call me out, saying that I'm like a fucking Steven Z killer copycat or whatever. But hey, the only reason why I did this is because, well, Steven did it when he Steven did the same thing when he was behind on episodes, so I might as well just do the same thing myself. So with that being said, let me just turn on screen share for the buds. We're gonna start from the Jason versus some. So all right, now as you can see here, I'm on the page where you see like all the Rewind episodes and whatnot. The episodes, we're gonna start with Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers. And we're going to go up all the way to Sands versus the Judge, and we might watch these other fatal conflicts along the way. So there are a couple things that I do want to tell you. Because this is on Google Hangouts and not Mobizen, the quality for this is going to be a lot less, and I mean like a lot less pretty, to say the least. Or like pretty, to be honest with y'all, because I'm not that good. Let me see if I know you're probably shouldn't supposed to be doing this, like looking up your own channel on fucking YouTube when you could just go to it right there. But I'm just trying to but let's just see if I can get to live chat. I would get this on phone, but to be honest with y'all, I'm not really able to. All right, what's up, the egg opener, Devin the Rapper, Alfie and the Mario Bros / AATMB. I noticed you fucking egg opener. Hello, Joe. I think this is because it's like a Rewind Rumble reaction, basically. I think we're getting a lot more views this time because, like when I first reacted to Smash vs. PlayStation All-Stars, that's what really kicked off my channel. So, with that being said, we're going to start right here. Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers. And at the end of this, I'm just going to go into the live chat. I'm going to pick one video to look at from you guys. But for now, let's watch all these. And keep in mind, if there's any ads, that's because I'm watching this straight from the channel. These aren't downloaded like I watch them like this. So if you see any ads, then deal with it. But for now, let's get to watching this.
Okay, Kevin, USAA Bank is here to help you stay on track. Budget's looking good. Fit for a fill up?
See ads like that. Awesome intro right here. Of course, because gotta hit the like button. You always have to hit the like button on every single Rewind Rumble episode. Rewind Rumble.
Everyone loves a good horror film. Well, maybe not everyone, but there definitely is an audience for it. From slashers to monsters, aliens to predators, and even a creepypasta character has made it onto the mainstream big screen. While these types of characters share many similarities, they all have something unique and special about them that sets them apart from the crowd of horror antagonists.
Okay.
Which of these horror icons will survive the night? Today, we find that out. Today, we Rewind Rumble.
Or tonight.
This horror free-for-all consists of 8 different horror characters. These include Freddy Krueger, the Xenomorph Queen, Pinhead, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, the Predator, Ash Williams, and Slenderman. Now, before anyone says that Slenderman isn't a horror movie character, don't forget that dreadful Slenderman movie that came out back in August of 2018. As such, we will only be using these from the movie and not the collection of creepypasta documents or games. With all that in mind, let's break down each member. Jason Voorhees was born in the
I haven't even seen the Slenderman movie yet, but I do want to.
Eliza Pamela Voorhees, Jason was afflicted with severe
And I'm gonna have to say the Xenomorph Queen's gonna win this because monster free for all and whatnot.
When he learned of a new group of teenagers occupying the nearby picnic lodge. Determined to destroy the trespassers, he began to watch the group closely and stalk them to their death. Jason is very tough to put down as he survived gunshots and stab wounds with ease. Even hanging him isn't enough to keep him down for good. He is very skilled at using his machete, and he's strong enough to rip off people's limbs and decapitate his foes with a single punch. Next up,
so he has 1,000 newtons of force with the punch.
Michael was admitted into a psychiatric hospital for murdering his older sister Judith Myers. After nearly 15 years of captivity, Myers broke out of the asylum and for 23 years hunts down the rest of his family to kill them. On top of his superhuman strength and expertise in the art of killing, Michael is not one who would be accepted into hell, making him technically immortal. He's lifted entire tombstones, stabbed through many people before, and his body count is up in the 80s. Moving on, we have Freddy Krueger. Frederick Charles Krueger was essentially born in an insane asylum. His mother Amanda was a nun who worked at the asylum taking care of the patients. As an adult, Freddy had raised a daughter with his loving wife. However, behind that peaceful facade was a horrific desire for vengeance for all the abuse and bullying that took place during his childhood. Though Freddy may be at his best in the dream world, which this battle will not be including, he's still a powerful force in his own right. He's able to kill people with ease, and his skeleton alone took on 2 grown men with shotguns. He's even held his own against Jason in the past, though his biggest flaw is his fear of fire. And now for movie Slender Man, and the scariest thing about movie Slender Man might actually be his Rotten Tomatoes score. And now
oh wow!
Movie Slender Man might not actually be a horror film character. He just might be a horrible film character.
Comedy in a horror-themed Rewind Bubble episode. A horrible film character.
Similar to creepypasta Slender Man, with his ability to teleport, and at the beginning of the film we see him easily toppling a tree, and he can use his tentacles to lift and suffocate humans, though he hasn't shown any impressive durability feats, but he is described to be made out of bioelectricity in the film, something unique to the film. Next, we have the Xenomorph Queen. In every hive, the queen is the largest and most intelligent female. At roughly 20 feet tall, the queen is tasked with regulating the Xenomorph hive.
Yeah, Xenomorph Queen and the Predator. These are the 2 I'm putting on, because I didn't know, like, I see that as the Predator.
And has impressive strength. After describing the alien,
because I didn't want to say the name of the character who I thought was the Predator and making somebody else that seems like a lot weaker than anybody else in the roster and make you guys think that I'm just an idiot.
Predators are an extraterrestrial race of warriors and hunters who travel the galaxy seeking dangerous quarries to hunt for sport and honor. While they do live in nomadic tribes, they are a highly advanced.
Who do you think's going to win? I think I'm gonna have to go with Xenomorph Queen or the Predator.
Common arsenal includes the likes of a combi stick, net gun, plasma caster, and smart disc. Moving on, we have Ash Williams. Before all the madness, Ash Williams was just your average S-Mart employee and casual ladies' man. But then he and his friends took a small vacation to an abandoned cabin in the woods. Yup, it's the abandoned cabin cliche. We all know where this is going. Ash was confronted by a recorded incantation that released demonic spirits possessing all of his friends. This forces Ash to kill everyone he loves with various cabin equipment out of self-defense. His most iconic weapon, of course, is his chainsaw and boomstick gun. And last but not least, we have Pinhead. Who you calling Pinhead? Who we calling Pinhead? Well, Elliot Spencer, that's who. Elliot at first was just a normal human, a soldier, and suddenly out of the blue, he was abducted by an extra-dimensional order of demons known as the Cenobites. Soon after, he became leader of these demons and was known as Pinhead. His abilities include electric manipulation, element manipulation, teleportation, and
oh my god.
His greatest
I'm laughing at
also
this.
His greatest weakness, which is the Lament configuration box.
Why?
He can use it to manipulate the world around him, or it can be used to destroy him by reverting him back to human form.
Overall, I'm just gonna do a quick overall. Like, people on this are scary, but I don't care. It's alright. I was great at that.
And now, let's get ready for the fight.
All right. Okay. That was pre-analysis. Let's see what everybody has to say. Roasted. Well, it's rewind for you.
This battle will take place on Earth, and remember, there is no prep time.
Once that circumstance bar has finally loaded, it's time to rewind rumble.
You know, You might as well just take Rewind Rumble itself and then just like reverse out. You might as well just take Rewind Rumble itself and then just reverse it.
Called League of Legends? Well, you're hearing about it now. Check it out. Each game you
This always happens. This always happens like with every single episode. What the hell? Okay, we got crap. Pinhead. Wait, no, that's not Pinhead. I forgot. Wait, Predator. That's Predator. Wait, this is animated by Gabriel M. Awesome. Yeah, this I can easily tell this is animated by Gabriel. Awesome job, he's on this. Hello, Jason. At least I'm pretty sure that's Jason. Actually, to be honest, it kind of looks a lot like Bane. Alright. Oh, okay. Well, now we got Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees, like the thumbnail. Okay, cool. Okay, now we got Ash. I was pretty sure about that. And Freddy Krueger. Wait, is this all animated by Gabriel? I hope so. Awesome. I believe this is all animated by Gabriel, so hell yeah. Dude, like Hulk smash down. Okay, we got horrible. Okay, we got so-called horrible film characters on demand over here. Oh god, I think there's gonna be a jump scare coming up or something. Oh yeah, Xenomorph Persona! I think.
find your engagement ring
Oh, come on.
at jamesallen.com for the no stress.
Yes.
Oh wow, okay, there was just one of those 5-second ones. It didn't even happen. I realize everybody in here is still alive. Never mind. Oh! Okay, it looks like Jason won or Michael. I can't tell who that. I think it was Jason.
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and if you did, super special thanks to Team Animation Rewind's Gabriel M. I'd also like to thank
Amazing,
for
amazing.
helping out with
All right, that was my reaction to the battle. Pretty interesting. Merry Christmas.
the research/notes. Thanks, and enjoy the post analysis.
Let's enjoy it.
I'm not exactly sure how scary sprite animations can be, but I do know how scary post-analysis Flame Wars could be, which makes it now time for the scariest part of the video, the Flame War response to Jason Voorhees winning.
It was Jason.
The three biggest things that you need to understand is that circumstance, location, and incarnation played a huge role in Jason's victory. While pretty much every character on this roster has some sort of no-limits fallacy demon resurrecting hacks that could make this battle pretty much endless, a battle winner would have to be chosen on who can survive the longest without dying or decapitating at least once. And to be fair, the Xenomorph Queen and the Predator probably have the best stats in Arsenal among everyone on this roster, but remember, this is a free-for-all. Let me put it like this. If we threw everyone into a cage, the Xenomorph Queen and the Predator will most likely, if not certainly, choose to fight each other immediately. They have a nasty rivalry and a natural connection to hate each other and fight each other the most. This is important to understand, because in such a battle, one of them is going to die, and whoever walks out alive is going to be extremely battered, as it is a close fight. Spoiler alert, but in the movie, they were both kind of even, and in the last battle, while the alien queen may have ended up drowning and dead, we don't see her die on screen, but it might have been implied. And both creatures are very close in stats, to the point where after they naturally go for each other's throats, it doesn't matter who comes out alive, because the survivor is close to death anyway. Jason, Michael, and Freddy are naturally going to go after each other right away as well. Jason has a clear advantage over Freddy, since Freddy won't have access to the dream world. Myers may be the embodiment of evil, but there's still something very human about him. You realize that in the vulnerable way he conducts himself, moving cautiously and stalking people for hours at a time, he's clearly still a human, although one possessed by evil. Jason is a wild savage. He charges into everything and fights brutally. He would just rip Myers apart. He's also much more resistant to injury, so Myers' usual tricks really wouldn't work. He could take Myers' knife or garroting wire and just keep tricking him. Jason essentially has a first-class demon attached to his soul, this being why it's so easy for him to resurrect again and again and again and again. This being the case, stabbing him, punching him, crushing him, none of it will matter in regards to Jason versus Michael. And I need to make it clear that regenerating while still alive is different than dying and resurrecting. Thus, Jason will overpower Myers, and let's not forget Jason was strong enough to literally punch someone's head off. This leaves us with Jason, movie Slenderman, Pinhead, and Ash Williams. Ash Williams, while has shown superhuman feats of speed, dodging bullets, and his durability is wall level, which is crazy for a human, he lacks the regeneration hacks that most of his competition on this roster has. Movie Slenderman has no evidence of being more durable than Creepypasta Slenderman, and if that's any indicator, you know he's not going to last long, as he has far worse feats compared to his Creepypasta counterpart. And that leaves us with Jason versus Pinhead. Pinhead is going to be Jason's biggest competition, and this is a super close call between Pinhead and Jason for that #1 crown. Pinhead in the original Hellbound Hearts book can be argued as planet level, but in the movies his stats are fairly close to Jason's. What separates Pinhead from Jason is that Pinhead can revert back down to his human form. All it really takes is for Jason to take the Lambent configuration box from Pinhead and use it against him. Solving the box isn't exactly a matter of educational or mathematical intelligence. Rather, it takes an evil-wielded or controlled spirit to harness its power. I do believe that the demon inside Jason can handle the box quite well on its own. While they are from different universes, so the layering and leveling of dimensional demons is not consistent, if a normal human like Elliot can do it with some conditioning, Jason should be fine with handling it, in my opinion. Physically taking the box from Pinhead will be a challenge, but it won't be impossible, especially since it'll be tough to multitask hiding the box and blocking attacks at the same time. Once Pinhead becomes Elliot again, Jason is essentially victorious, making the winner of this Rumble, Jason.
Wow, that is actually...
Now, hopefully you did enjoy this Halloween special, and next Halloween, if you want to see a rematch with a larger roster in a different circumstance, all you have to do is like this video. If this video gets 5,000 likes, we'll have a bigger and better free-for-all for next October. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas, and stay tuned as the next winners are going to be...
That means we essentially have 10 more months to get this up to 5,000 likes. Let's do it, Busters.
Revealed. On the next
Ruby versus Deku, we get it. At least I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, it's Ruby versus Deku. So that's. Do I agree with? Do I agree? Do I agree with Rewind? I gotta say, it's actually really interesting. This message is called for review. What the hell is this? Get out of the tank, sink. Just what the hell? Oh, all right. I'll come back. I'll come back to this one later. Maybe, but for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and get back to. Let's watch Ruby versus Deku. Yo, somebody might want to go get Patrick McGregor or Barry Allen the Flash over here.
It's a part of everyone's life, whether real or fictional. However, the difference being that in fiction, there are schools that train its students for a life of combat and hero work. And today, we have a battle between two students of these kinds of schools. Izuku Midoriya of My Hero Academia and the leader of Team Ruby, Beacon Academy's own Ruby Rose. I was a bit worried that there would be bias in this episode, but now that you're here, I can safely confirm that there won't be. Now, with the intro out of the way, let's cover the combatants for this episode of Rewind Rumble.
Okay, first of all, this is okay. I can definitely say that by far, this is probably no offense to the host and co-host for this episode, but to be honest, no Rewind Rumble episode is good without the today we find out the answer to that question and it's time to Rewind Rumble. But instead, like, oh, let's cover the combatants and whatnot. Oh, no. So there's that. So far we're off to a bad start.
Before we get into how powerful these characters are, we first have to understand their origins. The world of remnants is overcome by a type of monster known as Grimm. And society needed hunters and huntresses to fight off these beasts. Enter Ruby Rose. When Ruby was a young girl, she dreamed of being a huntress because of stories her half-lovely sister, Yang, would read to her. You know, like those stories from Red Riding Hood and whatnot. Just saying. And of course her mother is dead, because every fictional character has to at least have one dead parent. If a character has two living parents, those parents are not safe for very long. Ruby Rose was given her chance to pursue her dreams when she was invited to join Beacon Academy, a school that trains its students to become hunters and huntresses. She was so good that the school actually invited
I heard
her
you.
to join its tutor. It was at Beacon when
Come on.
Ruby Rose and Yang Xiaolong met Weiss and Blake, and they been a grim fighting team ever since. As for Izuku, he lives in a world far in the future where superpowers are the norm. Roughly 80% of the people in this world are
Yo, Deku's face, by the way.
as worse.
It's like how ow. I almost forgot. Arm almost got taken off right here.
Part of the 20% born without powers. He was basically gay. It didn't help that his friend Bakugo was born with a powerful quirk to create explosions that he would use to bully Izuku. Wait, hold up. You said they were friends? Yeah, why? Although throughout their childhood, Bakugo hated him bullied him, physically abused him, and even told him to kill himself. Yeah, that
Fuck him.
sounds like a normal modern-day friendship. No, children. What's your point? That's what you would call friendship? I don't think so, but let's go over Izuku's origins on how he got his abilities. Anyway, Izuku's life changed for the better when he encountered his hero, All Might, who saved him from a sludge monster. After a series of events where Izuku ended up trying to save Bakugo from this sludge monster, All Might saw that he had what it takes to be a hero, and trained him for the next 10 months so he could pass his work one for all on him, and make Izuku his successor. So hold up, All Might's court is one he can just pass on to someone else, whoever he wants? Yes, but it requires the person having the
yeah, you think?
to consume the DNA of the person passing the court to them. And let's just be thankful that All Might gave Izuku one of the hairs on his head. Whoa. I'm just gonna stop you right there.
Hold on, man. Wait a second.
And let's just be thankful that All Might gave Izuku one of the hairs on his head. Whoa.
Did you guys hear that? It sounded like two people. Sounded like two of them saying shit.
I'm just gonna stop you right there.
And seriously.
Or this video gets demonetized. The last thing we need is Sony Pictures coming after us. You know, like Viacom came after.
Did you have to fucking remind me about this? Okay. I was not happy to see this, okay? I was not happy to see that. But hey, at least my original reaction is up with the video itself, so I don't have to worry about it.
Ready? B2Y. Funimation is owned by Sony Pictures. But I had so many jokes written. Well, then save them for later. We have an important versus match to discuss here. Fine. Anyway, long story short, Izuku got All Might's work and enrolled in the UA Academy, the top hero school in all of Japan. And of course, his father is missing. I mean, what is this whole thing where they have no fathers now for the main protagonist? I really think they started this trend with Ash Ketchum, but I mean, it seems to be continuing on since then. I guess they were like, oh, well, since Ash was successful with it, let's do everybody else with it. No problem. You know what I mean? The protagonist's curse strikes again. With origins out of the way, we can finally discuss the powers and abilities. Like many hunters and huntresses in the RWBY universe, Ruby has her own unique semblance, which grants whoever has won their own unique abilities. And for Ruby Rose, it's none other than her speed. Ruby's semblance is pretty self-explanatory. It makes her really fast, but speed is no good if you can't damage your opponent. Which is why Ruby is equipped with the Crescent Rose. While at first glance, it looks like just a regular old strong scythe, being able to cut down Grimm and Soul Eater characters alike, there's a little more to it than just cutting things, if you know what I mean. Right. Ruby can use the Crescent Rose as a scythe for close-range combat, or use it as a sniper. The Crescent Rose's main source of ammo is dust. Ruby is mainly skilled at using fire, ice, electric, and gravity dust. The elemental ones are pretty self-explanatory, and the gravity dust can allow Ruby to propel herself for extra speed. And of course, there are none other than Ruby Rose's Silver Eyes, an insanely powerful blast of energy that obliterates any poor soul that is unfortunate enough to actually cross her path. Not much is known about this power, but what is known is its power. It's obliterated massive Grimm monsters with ease before and...
Okay, so If that's the case, then which would consider to be more powerful then? Ruby's Silver Eyes or Akuma's Raging Demon? What do you guys think? You were supposed to read this before the animation. Read what before the animation? Alfie, you fucking asshole. Well, note to self, don't look at the live chat when you're watching an episode of Rewind Rumble because they're just gonna straight up spoil you. Well, I guess that leaves us with Rick Sanchez versus Bill. I'm not looking at the chat for the rest of the time because fucking somebody had to ruin the damn thing. Hey, Rick Sanchez versus Bill. That is just a robot.
Have you ever heard about the concept of optimistic nihilism? It's the idea that life just might be meaningless, but in doing so, it liberates you to make up your own meaning and find your own purposes. And what better characters portray that message than Rick Sanchez and Bill Cipher?
Rick Sanchez might, but Bill Cipher is a very determined character, who very well sees the universe in a way that an H.P. Lovecraft character would. In other words, his intentions go beyond superficial evil. He represents a physical manifestation of Dipper's desires, for what a narcissist would call absolute knowledge. That's why Bill Cipher versus Rick Sanchez makes a great fight. Not just because their beliefs are the same, but they experience similar root observations, yet have completely different intentions when researching their end goal.
Oh well, it looks like someone got a software upgrade. Thanks for sharing such philosophical knowledge, Dr. Professor Robot.
Don't pretend like you weren't the one to bring up philosophy to have a theme for this fight to begin with. And besides, you needed a high IQ to understand Rick and Morty. So of course I'm going to showcase the absolute magnitude of my intelligence in this episode.
Good point. I'm actually not sure how to transition from this, but something yada yada rewind rumble.
Something yada 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 rewind rumble.
The multiverse of Rick and Morty is very expansive. There's an infinite amount of Ricks and Mortys, and a good amount of them live on the Citadel. We're going to be only focusing on one Rick for this fight.
The Rick that is facing Bill Cipher is C-137 Rick Sanchez, aka the Rick that stars in the TV series. He refused a spot on the council, believing that it's hypocritical to form a government that hides from the government.
Rick C-137 doesn't really like to talk about his early years. There was a brief time when he was a family man, though at one point he was a
You might as well go home and be a family man.
member of an intergalactic rogue terrorist group designed to overthrow the Federation.
The Federation is your cliché evil space empire. Years later, Rick came back into the life of his daughter and her new family. He now partakes in the role of the stereotypical bad role model as he uses his grandson Morty as a bit of a labra and adventure partner.
And now for a quick origin story of Bill Cipher. Rewind, would you care to repeat Bill Cipher's backstory for the 100th time?
Well, don't mind if I do.
Okay, go ahead. Just understand that being self-aware doesn't make it funny or quirky.
The legendary God-tier reality warping Meat Dorito is back. That's right, people, we're talking about the one and only Bill Cipher. Bill Cipher has traveled many dimensions and resides in the fourth in his plot to take over Gravity Falls and the universe itself. He is a reality warper who finally gained his physical form to unleash his Weird Mageddon onto the third dimension. Bill can bend time and space, and of course warp reality thanks to his physical form and Weird Mageddon control.
Okay, so now I'm assuming that you want to spend the rest of your time talking about Rick, since you don't want to regurgitate old information about Bill Cipher.
I didn't know you programmed mind reading into your software jar, but yes, that's exactly
In a software jar.
Moving on to technology, stats, and abilities. Rick has several machines that can enlarge whatever it hits. It's been shown to enlarge objects up to the point where they were towering over buildings, or even all of America. If Rick used this on himself, he would easily be country to continental level. And that's just how powerful he would be physically. He has a mechanical arm which can shoot out a laser that one-hit KO'd this pterodactyl-looking monster. If he used that laser while he was the size of the USA, he could be a moonbuster.
His standard arsenal includes the portal gun, ray gun, flask, watch barrier, laser blade, holographic decoys, anti-turret bots, bubble gun, collapsible staff, crotch gun, disintegration bomb, grappling hook, grenades, memory extractor gun, muscle memory extraction device, ski shoes, and a sticky bomb. A lot of these are pretty self-explanatory just from their name alone.
Well, the crotch gun is not self-explanatory. We don't want people to get the wrong idea of what it can do.
Good point. The crotch gun is actually a mechanical barrel that hangs alongside his belt, and it's not an adult toy. Don't get the wrong idea. Rick also knows how to create bombs or chemical mixtures that can destroy entire planets. And even when he's insanely drunk, he can create bombs with enough firepower to wipe out entire solar systems. His spaceship is easily MFTL, as it can cross light years in under a day.
Other Ricks, who C-137 should be superior to, as he is the rickest Rick of them all, but the other Ricks have created inventions that are able to merge and destroy entire timelines. It has been stated by Ryan Ridley, who is the writer for Rick and Morty, that if Rick really put his mind to it, he could destroy the entire multiverse, which has been stated multiple times to be infinite.
Rick can stop time in an instant, and on a universal scale, after freezing time for 6 months, Rick can split his own timeline just by being uncertain. Fun fact, Rick has also beaten up a 4D immortal testicle being before. It sounds gross, and it is, but he did do it.
So, overall, just imagine a more crazier, more scientifically cynical version of Dog Elliott Brown from the Back to the Future movies. And that's pretty much Rick Sanchez.
What?
And now
okay, 2 years of crap.
A circumstance. This battle, no matter where you set it, will end up throughout the entire multiverse. And of course, the best way to handle a battle that includes Rick Sanchez is one with preparation. So there will be 2 years of prep for each team. Once that circumstance...
Each team? Don't you mean each character? This isn't a team fight, this is a one-on-one.
...has finally loaded. It's time to rewind Rumble.
Oh, okay. I can tell this is animated by Altino and YT. Now I think I'm gonna have to put my money on Rick Sanchez because of like his sheer intelligence and the way he could like outmaneuver that Bill Cipher. Yep, Altino and YT. What? he's just like, yay, picks him up and then just like slams him into on the ground. Yeah. Okay, now they on. What's this? The moon? Oh my gosh! Yes, I knew Rick would win. Wait, hold on, what the heck? Okay, they say knockout now. I knew Rick would win. Well, the good news is that we skipped to a good fight. Well, yeah, you're right. Okay, you say Raging Demon's more powerful? I mean, yeah. Here's the thing. The Raging Demon only attacks one person. The Silver Eyes attacks like multiple, but then again, when he says soul, he doesn't. I don't think he means like they like erase his soul. They just like knock out their body like a normal shockwave. But the Raging Demon just straight up eradicates it. So we're just gonna say Raging Demon and call it a day.
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation.
I certainly did.
Super special thanks to Team Animation Rewind, Zell Cheatham, and YT. I'd also like to thank Just a Robot for co-hosting, Richard Core Kenobi for the research, BTL Video Productions, Biff Weed, Corn O'Keefe, Miss X, Water, Bowman, Endex125, and Creep Switch for also helping out with the research/notes. Thanks, and enjoy the post-analysis.
All right, send pause right there. That's just great. All right.
And the winner is Rick Sanchez.
You know what that means, right?
No, what does that mean?
It means that the only way you can walk out of this argument without waking Rick Sanchez would be to debunk yourself when you wanked Bill Cipher to being 12th dimensional. So how about you cough it up and tell the audience that Bill Cipher isn't actually 12th dimensional. At best, he's 5th dimensional. You do realize that if Bill Cipher was actually 12th dimensional, him being trapped in the 4th dimension for trillions of years would be the worst plot-induced stupidity of all time.
Okay, I'd like to
True.
explain why Bill Cipher is at best a 5th dimensional being. It has been stated that Bill is a threat to the multiverse after creating a crack in space-time. But creating a crack in space-time on its own isn't 5th dimensional. It's 4D at best. However, there's a reason why it's considered 5D in this context. This crack in space-time was going to destroy the fabric of existence. The fabric of existence is the foundation, or what makes up existence, i.e. space, time, physics, etc. And it's important to know that the Time Baby is the one who stated this, not Dipper or Mabel. Thus, that's why the crack in space-time has validity of being 5th dimensional, not just 4th.
Rick physically might only be a 3-dimensional being, but he has technology which allows him to react to even 4th dimensional beings. In my dimensional tiering video, I said Rick was 7th dimensional using his portal gun, but he's actually more like 10th dimensional, or 9.5 dimensional. Allow me to explain. I want to make it clear that I'm not just talking about dimensions in a spatial sense, but I'm also talking about them in a temporal sense. 7th dimensional is where you can travel to alternate timelines with different starting conditions than our own. 9th dimensional is where you can travel to parallel dimensions with different physics than your own. Yeah, I said that was 7th dimensional in my dimensional tiering video, but it's actually 9th dimensional. And he can also freeze time, which makes him somewhat 4th dimensional, but he can't really travel through time. So he's close to 10th dimensional, but not really quite there. Now, I want to make this clear, like I did in my dimensional tiering video, even though most people ignored it. There are multiple ways to do dimensional tiering. And I'm not just saying that if you're 5th dimensional, you're infinitely above someone who's 4th dimensional. But I'm still going to receive those comments. Lol, Just a Robot said that Goku Black was 6th dimensional and Rick is 7th dimensional. Therefore, he believes Rick can one-shot Goku Black. Lol. The biggest hurdle Rick might have is keeping up with Bill Cipher's speed. Though thanks to compressed dark matter, Rick can make up for Bill's speed edge. And if all of that doesn't work, Bill was erased when he went into Stanford's mind with the memory erasing gun. Rick has the same thing, or he can just use it on Rick to win the day. Or Rick can just summon a Meeseeks to use it on him. Once Bill's mind is extracted, he won't know how to escape by being trapped in the 4th dimension. Again, if Rick decides to put him there, that is, but I think Rick would use him for other projects. It took Bill trillions of years to break free the first time, and Stanford's mind wasn't completely erased. I'm assuming it would take him much longer the second time if he had a completely blank mind, resulting in Rick winning with at least a...
Level up and dub-dub!
Animation Rewind. You fool. Ist Bill MFTL Plus. How can Rick catch him?
Concentrated dark matter is the method used for traveling faster than anyone else in the universe. Rick fueled his spaceship with it to go insanely fast, easily MFTL+. With prep, he can easily use this method of fueling to create a suit or bioengineer himself to go this fast, or he can just fight Bill in a spaceship. Now understand that this fight won't be easy for either party, and it's very likely that Bill can kill Rick if he gets lucky. Rick is human after all, but assuming that skill only and preparation is involved with no outside luck factors, chances are higher that Rick would use his memory extraction device to turn Bill's mind blank and then use an upgraded antimatter gun which has killed trans-dimensional beings in the past to disintegrate Bill. And then of course there's the argument for battlefield removal. Making the winner of this Rumble, Rick Sanchez. Now, if you want to see a 2-on-2 rematch without prep time between Rick and Morty versus Bill Cipher and Dipper Pines, all you gotta do is like this video. If this video gets 10,000 likes, a rematch will be put into production. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas, and stay tuned as the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next.
Oh no, I'm seriously sorry.
That actually rather well makes sense. All right, next up. All right, next up we have Beerus versus Superman. Then Archie Sonic versus. Then Ultrasonic versus Ultra Instinct Goku, and then we got Batman versus Tuxedo. Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle. Yay, Bill Cipher loses. Disappointing. He's basically Rewind Rumble's Freddy Fazbear. Wait, you're right. He lost. Wait, Rewind Rumble's Freddy Fat. Yo, you're right. He's essentially lost every battle. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. He has essentially lost every battle that he had on here. Essentially won like all of his battles too. Lost all of his battles. Like, wow, you're actually right about that. And for some reason, there's already 11 seconds in. Just go back. Oh, Chris said, oh yeah, voice of Vegeta. What about him?
Subscribe to Animation Rewind, or else.
Oh yeah, I remember. He said that. That was so freaking cool. Wait a minute. This is pre-Crisis Superman. Oh, wait. If this is pre-Crisis Superman, then he should just wipe the floor with Beerus. And he should just like wipe the floor with Beerus.
You read the title right. This is pre-Crisis Superman versus the God of Destruction. But the title also says bonus episode. So if you want to learn about pre-Crisis Superman, check out Cartoon Fight Club episode 30. And if you want to learn about Beerus, there's a bunch of Beerus fights. Without further ado, you guys want to see some action, and we'll give that to you. It's time to Rewind Rumble.
Okay, we're going straight to the battle. All right, well. All right, I'm sorry, y'all, but this is pre-Crisis Superman, so I'm gonna have to go with pre-Crisis. At least, I don't know. Oh, Jazino. Who knows? Maybe Beerus might beat pre-Crisis. Maybe there's something about Beerus that I don't know of. Or in fact, there may be. In fact, there may be something about Beerus, or maybe there was something about pre-Crisis Superman that may not like have used like full power or something. I don't know. Okay, if you say so. Ready, fight. Ooh. Oh, one of these scenes again. Wow.
I have
to say I'm rather disappointed. You seem to have some potential. This is payback.
Yeah, now Beerus is just giving him the exact same treatment.
Goodbye forever, planet Earth.
Oh shit!
Love is like an avocado. When the time is right, you gotta commit. Find your engagement.
See, this is why I don't like. See, this is what. All right. Hawkeye. Oh!
That was a bore.
Hawkeye technique. Wow. Wow.
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and if you did, super huge thanks to Team Animation Rewind's Just Zeno. Just Zeno is one of the OG members of the team, all the way back since Goku vs. Naruto. He's come a really long way, so be sure to give him a round of applause, and check out his own channel. He recently surpassed 9,000 subscribers. Thanks.
Yeah, we should do the same for Gabriel. We have to make him get 1K subs, or maybe he already has, and I just haven't noticed it.
I know. Why would I make a Beerus versus Superman video if Beerus was just going to win? Especially after having Superman lose to Beerus already in Z Fighters versus the JLA, and of course Superman versus Jiren on Rewind Rumble, where, come on, if Jiren's gonna win, then of course Beerus is gonna win. So what's the point of this episode? That's a good question, and honestly, it was just a match that just Zeno felt like animating, and I'm not going to stop him from making the episode. And I understand that having a Dragon Ball character beat a DC character is only going to add some sort of stigma to this channel that we are weeaboo propaganda. But at the same time, if we cherry-picked a specific Superman, just have Beerus lose, the same people who scream we are weeaboo propaganda would be saying that we only had Beerus lose out of pity to even the odds with the X amount of Dragon Ball wins. Now, I'm not complaining or anything, but if you wanted to know why this episode exists and why we didn't cherry-pick a super specific, extremely powerful version of Superman that would have won, well, that's pretty much the two reasons why. Now, hold up, rewind. Doesn't the title of the video say pre-crisis Superman? If this was post-crisis, it would be a lot easier to explain why Beerus wins. How on earth does he beat pre-crisis Superman, the same pre-crisis Superman that beat Goku through your own logic? The same pre-crisis Superman that flew past the bounds of infinity? Come on, I got some explaining to do. This is actually a very close fight, because if you have them start off the battle at their best, Superman actually would have better feats than Beerus does. But as we all know, feats alone isn't what answers the final question. As there is such thing known as hexes, there's also things known as skill, and these things have to be applied with feats. You can't just go off of feats. Let's start off by saying that if we had both characters walk into this battle at their best, that would require prep time. Superman's power fluctuates with sunlight, even in pre-crisis. He's a lot stronger in pre-crisis, but the concept is still the same. Secondly, Superman, yes, can fly past the bounds of infinity, but he can't do it in the snap of a finger. He actually has to wind up speed and slowly graduate past infinity. And I know that makes no scientific sense, but this is science fiction, so on some things...
Wait a minute, okay, give me this, rewind. Why did you not mention this back when we had other pre-crisis fights? Like, seriously. Back in Cartoon Fight Club episode 30, you said that pre-crisis Superman broke the bounds of infinity. You made it seem like that he did it instantly and didn't have to wind up charges. You should have brought that up back in Cartoon Fight Club episode 30, because that would have made a lot more sense for us. Like, goddamn.
You kind of have to turn a blind eye to. The important thing to know is that there is a lot of time for Beerus to realize that Superman is accelerating in speed, and it will allow him to change his game plan before he gets too fast for Beerus to do anything with. And that pretty much brings us to the kicker. why Superman would lose, especially in a no-preparation battle where he can't start off at his best. They are both massively faster than light, both have immense strength, both are extremely durable, though the problem for Superman is that, as shown in the manga, Beerus also knows the Ultra Instinct technique, and Superman, on the other hand, has no way to avoid the Hakai technique. Beerus states in the manga that the Hakai technique does not work on people who are immortal, so technically people who don't die of aging or have no soul out of immortality, not in general, they technically can't be Hakai'd. For example, this could possibly mean that Deadpool can't get Hakai'd, since while Deadpool isn't omnipotent, he can't die from old age, as he is technically immortal. So that begs the question, is Superman immortal? The short answer is kinda, but not really. The long answer is, technically, with enough time and sunlight, Superman can become some sort of godly figure, aka Superman Prime, by becoming the living extension of a sun. Now yes, this will make Superman quite a challenge for Beerus, but like everything in the physical universe, stars will eventually die. The heat death of the universe, where all usable energy converts into dark matter, is estimated to happen in about 1,000 Google years. In context, a Google has 100 zeros. More context, 1 quintillion has 18 zeros. So it's bigger than about 5.5 quintillions, times that by 1,000, that's pretty much when Superman Prime will die of old age, as there will be no more stars left to feed off of. The physical collapse of the universe probably won't kill Superman, but having no more resources of energy eventually will. Also, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that Superman can age even deep into adulthood. We've seen him in Batman Beyond. For many wrinkles, he clearly looks much older. We've seen him in many incarnations get extremely old simply out of aging. Kryptonians in general also naturally age. So technically, Superman could live as long as there's solar power, but that doesn't make him naturally immortal. He can become artificially immortal, but that doesn't excuse him from being Hakai, meaning there is no shot against Beerus' Hakai technique. Now, of course, Superman could possibly kill Beerus if he kills the Supreme Kai, but that would really be tough to figure out without any preparation. There is a very, very small chance that Superman could kill Beerus with his own power, given the right circumstances and this incarnation, but again, it'll be very hard for Superman to land enough hits on Beerus before Beerus goes for the...
For your sporty siblings, poetic parents, and fearless friends.
Kai and simply deletes Superman, making the winner of this bonus rumble Beerus.
That makes a lot more sense.
The next episode of
That actually makes a lot more sense.
Rewind Rumble.
That makes much more sense now. All right, now let's do Ultrasonic versus Ultra Instinct Goku. Wait, is this like another one of those non-pre-analysis fights? Oh, wait a minute, hold on a minute, hold on. I'm calculating a 76.3% chance of failure. Yo, somebody get back in 1976 up in here. I don't see you. There's also a universe similar to ours, but it's also vastly different, known as Universe 7. Ah. My name's Sonic. Oh. Crime committed in 2000. Okay, so right now, Eggman's trying to trick Goku into thinking that Sonic is a bad guy.
Find your engagement ring online at jamesallen.com. Diamond set, secret safe.
With Shadow. Alright. Okay, starting on base forms. By the way, I'm gonna have to be honest with y'all. I know, like, I should have done this at the beginning, but I'm gonna have to be honest with y'all about this fight. I'm gonna have to say that Ultra Instinct Goku would win because here's the thing. Unless Archie Sonic could kill Goku before he goes Ultra Instinct, I don't think there's any way that Archie Sonic could be fast enough to, like, Battlefield remove Goku. That's just my opinion. So I think the way that Archie Sonic could win is that if he takes out Goku before he evolves into his Ultra Instinct or even Super Saiyan forms. That's just what I'm thinking. Oh, so wait, Final Flash or I think that's Final Flash or maybe Solar Flash. Okay, yeah, Super Saiyan. Alright, Archie Supersonic. I like how they just both questioned each other about their super forms. Like, Sonic thinks that Goku acquired the Chaos Emeralds and then Goku thinks that he's a Saiyan. Like, that's just, like, really funny. Kamehameha!
Too easy.
Wait, so... Go. Limit break. Limit break, anybody. Limit? Limit break?
I'll show you.
Okay, Archie Ultrasonic. Okay, I think I was wrong. I think perhaps Ultrasonic may win, unless if Ultra Instinct can outpace his speed. Yeah, exactly. Move without thinking. The hell?
Asked for this mess.
Okay, the RG Sonic wins. Okay.
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation. And
I
if you
certainly did.
Special thanks to Team Animation Rewind's Discovery Games BR. I'd also like to thank Miss X, the One Punch Bros, BTL Video Productions, and Creepswitch for the research/notes, and the One Punch Bros for helping me out with the post-analysis. I'd also like to thank Sonic Luke for editing the post-analysis. Be sure to check out all their channels in the links below. Thanks, and enjoy the post-analysis.
Okay, I'm actually really curious to see how this becomes the case.
There's no easy way to start a Sonic versus Goku debate.
Well, there are many easy ways to start a Sonic vs. Goku debate. There is no easy way to start a Sonic vs. Goku debate that doesn't end in a flame war. But I have to be honest, after seeing Goku completely pummel Sonic so many times in previous versus matches, it's kind of refreshing to see the opposite happen once in a blue moon.
Good point. So
Yeah.
instead of worrying about the inevitable, let's just do our best to explain how Archie Sonic, after a long-fought battle, takes the win.
As much as I'd love for this to be a power scaling debate, Archie Sonic versus Ultra Instinct Goku really comes down to hexes. Finding out who is even faster is kind of fruitless. Jiren has shaken the world of Void and has taken on Ultra Instinct Omen Goku, who did the same. That's a solid 4D feat for his power, in which results in him having 4D speed as well.
Ultra Sonic is also pretty much uncatchable due to the fact that he has the ability to directly manipulate atomic structure and rewrite them to his will. So he can turn water into stone and vice versa. Ultra Sonic is also able to transfer energies to other zones and dimensions. He can send enemies to any zone of his choosing through the power of atomic
Okay, I get that, but but one thing I'm wondering is, how would he be fast enough to do so?
rewriting.
The best way to beat Archie Sonic would be to kill him while he's in his base form. That is his weakest form, and Eggman once beat him in issue 175 by building a machine that matches Sonic's ring energy. Also, it is important to know that prior to this battle, most of Sonic's friends were captured and teleported, which left Sonic in a very emotional and irrational state. This will be hard for Goku to pull off, considering he likes A, to fight his foes at their strongest, and B, starts his battles in his base form as well as not start in his Ultra Instinct form, because he never starts fights in that.
Archie Sonic has two ways of winning. He can beat UI Goku in the same way Jiren almost beat him, which is to burn out his energy, allowing Goku to pretty much beat himself due to a loss of stamina. Or Archie Sonic can win via battlefield removal.
As stated
Oh,
in
okay.
previous Archie Sonic episodes, Sonic can send enemies to any zone of his choosing through the power of atomic rewriting. The worst zone Goku could be in would be the Zone of Silence, which is a dimension where after a few days, all of the sound vibrations of a user would cease to exist.
Keeping Goku in there for a few days won't be easy, but Ultra Sonic can use his atomic rewriting to cut off any pipeline of energy that could possibly go towards his way. Rewriting atoms is quite a broken hex. If Ultra Sonic can keep all the atoms away from Goku, even the ones from other dimensions, it would be very difficult for Goku to have a base form of energy to start gaining from. Goku can't move if there's nowhere to move to.
There is some strong evidence to suggest that Archie Sonic would get tired before Ultra Instinct Goku gets tired. We have clear-cut evidence of Ultra Instinct Goku burning out of his state and becoming very vulnerable because of it. Archie Supersonic was able to tank universal hits from Hyperknuckles and was on par with Enerjack. Archie Supersonic was able to crack and break the entire Archie multiverse. We know the Archie line is at least 5D, as it was explained that the Precious Stone powers the existence of extra-dimensional worlds. This statement proves that there are multiple extra-dimensional worlds other than the Chaos Force, meaning Archie Sonic's multiverse consists of a world that are higher dimensional worlds way above 5D. Also, when Archie Supersonic warped his multiverse at the end of the Worlds Collide crossover, he warped something called a dimensional matrix. A dimensional matrix is an 11D structure that was within the Archie multiverse. In order for Sonic to warp a dimensional matrix, he would have to be an 11th dimensional character. So after that feat was demonstrated by him only in his super form and not his ultra form, it's pretty clear to say Goku wouldn't be too much of a fight for Archie Sonic to handle in the long run.
This is important to know because it showcases that Super
Okay.
Archie Sonic could easily survive a good amount of punches from UI Goku. Archie Sonic wins this fight simply because he has more opportunities to put Goku down. Goku really only has one shot when it comes to putting Archie Sonic down, and that's beating him before he goes into his Super or Ultra form.
Archie Sonic can win with three different options. He can either win by outrunning and burning out Goku's Ultra Instinct form, he could win via battlefield removal, or he could just use his reality warping hexes on Goku.
Making the winner of this Rumble, Archie Sonic.
Okay.
For this mask. How would he fail?
Okay. I would. This fight, the post analysis literally went the opposite of what I was saying. All right, here we go. Batman versus Tuxedo Mask. The last of the
This
four
is a
fights
very
revealed.
special episode that was funded and heavily produced by a good friend, amazing fan, and overall great guy that goes by the name of Nightmare Trooper here on YouTube. He paid
Only has 7 subscribers. Yo, I'm gonna subscribe to this buster.
Actually waited a really long time for this episode to finally become a reality. So please, if you cross paths with him here on this website, be sure to thank him for his support of this series, as well as for the hard work that he put into this episode. Thanks, and enjoy the upload.
I'll certainly do that. Crap, my back is hurting. Alright.
What's up, everyone? This is the Nightmare Trooper, and today we're gonna show this girl how to rock and roll, baby.
And in this corner, we have Tuxedo Mask, 2 heroes of the night, but only one can win. Today, we'll find out who wins. Today, we rewind Rumble.
So, guys, I got a question. Do you guys think Tuxedo Mask is way too old for Sailor Moon? Come on, he looks like a 28-year-old kid dating a 12-year-old girl, which is gross. Yuck.
That's what we so pumped for.
Shao Kahn's got something to say to Tuxedo Mask.
Tuxedo Mask is a really close ally of Sailor Moon, fighting alongside the Sailor Scouts and protecting them at times.
I mean,
his alternate
I don't even know
identity
what to
is Darien
think
Shields, at least in the English dub. Darien
about
is
what
the
he just
reincarnation
said.
of the Earthborn Prince Darien and the lover of the reincarnated Princess Serena. What are the odds of that? Both reincarnated versions of the people today just so happen to also be good friends. So yeah, his past life he was a prince, but his early life in modern times was quite tough. Reborn on his homeworld, Darien lived a life of hardship. As a child, he and his parents were involved in a car accident. The accident claimed the life of his parents and left him without memory and no family to go back to. This forced him into an orphanage where he spent most of his early days mourning the loss of his parents and his current situation. However, as the years would roll on, Darien would eventually move on and just sort of focus on a more positive future. When Darien encounters Serena as an adult again in their reincarnated forms, he doesn't appear to recognize her. They sort of build a relationship, though he mainly chooses to tease her personally for her clumsiness and coins her the famous Meatball Head. Now, as time passed, Darien really did develop feelings for Serena, but simply could not get past the cootie stage. He wasn't necessarily friend-zoned, but things really weren't working his way. When Darien discovered who Serena really was, which is Sailor Moon, he knew that he can get past the friend zone with an alternate identity of his own, and since he's a non-creative individual, he put on a stock tuxedo, a basic ballroom mask, and thus you have the quasi-superhero with the least creative name of Tuxedo Mask. It makes perfect sense. He's wearing a mask, he has tuxedo, you just call the guy Tuxedo Mask. As Tuxedo Mask, he would often show up to help Sailor Moon to fight the Nega Monsters. But what can this guy actually do? That's obviously what you're here for, to find out. For starters, Tuxedo Mask is insanely...
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really... Like, fuck. Okay, this... Okay, this guy... I'm going to be honest with y'all. These... I'm just going to do this.
Fast. He can move faster than the eye can track. He can leap to and from tall rooftops, and he's durable enough to constantly take attacks from many Sailor Moon villains, as showcased in many desperate attempts to save Serena. If Tuxedo Mask ever gets pulled into close combat fighting, he can wield his cane like a sword and use it for melee-styled attacks. Tuxedo Mask also has a seemingly endless supply of roses that showcase supernatural abilities. These could serve as mere distractions, but also have the ability to break solid objects and deflect energy attacks. Tuxedo Mask can also heal himself or others from near mortal wounds via borrowing from the planet's energy, though this is a very limited option and isn't something he usually does. This is because the worse of a condition the planet is in, the weaker Tuxedo Mask's power will become, which means you could possibly kill Tuxedo Mask with global warming as if he was some type of Captain Planet character or something. And that's pretty much Sailor Moon's boyfriend.
I know we discussed Batman many times, but however, please give me a chance to describe him, and I can guarantee you that I will not bore you, and you'll learn something new. Anyway, everyone, meet the Pit, the Bat. The man is Batman! For this timeline, we're gonna use the new 52 Batman era, during the age of 8 years old. Bruce Thomas Wayne witnessed the murder.
Alright, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't really feel like watching the rest of the pre-analysis, so I'm just want to get on to this.
Ring online at jamesallen.com.
Come on, look at me!
Stop wasting my time. Stay down. Back off. I can hurt you. It's my big moment.
Oh, wow. Oh, I know that we're going to use that scream eventually. What the hell is like Game Boy Advance video graphics right there?
Were you expecting a fair fight? Criminals are a superstitious, cowardly lot. Knockouts! Oh, winner is... Gotham still needs the Batman.
You know, I should have just said, like, Batman wins, like the way it said in Ultimate.
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and it was supposed to be animated by Smasher Block. In fact, like 7 seconds of it is. It's just that he dropped the project after so many delays, busy with school, his own animations, as well as Adobe giving him some trouble. So I kind of had to take up the project on my own, which was the main reason why this episode got delayed for so long. So I'm sorry for the delay, but I still hope you were able to enjoy at least what I was able to put together.
I was. It's okay.
I'm not the greatest animator, but I still hope you liked what you saw. And of course, this could not have been possible without the likes of Nightmare Trooper. Please give him a huge thanks for co-hosting and helping out with this episode. Thanks, and enjoy the post-analysis.
I will certainly do that.
Oh my god! What an outstanding match, AR!
So, yeah, the winner is Batman. Now,
AR, remember that day you were gonna go to Disneyland for a vacation?
yeah, what about...
Gonna go to Disneyland for a vacation. What the hell?
Until instead, you went out with the Hooters girl?
Okay, I don't think people need to hear that story. At least not now. Let's stay on topic here.
Then let's talk about the reason why does Batman take home the crown and break it down by category.
There's one thing I need to make clear. We did indeed take a preparation Batman who has access to armor that can keep up with Darkseid, and pitted him against the weakest incarnation of Tuxedo Mask while having the battle take place in Batman's home court. If that doesn't spell out why Batman wins, then my friend Nightmare Trooper will be happy to further explain why Batman is one powerhouse that isn't to be messed with.
I gotta tell you guys something. I've seen a lot of you people make poor judgments on Batman. I know some people will defy us and say, no, Tuxedo Mask wins because Batman does not have any superpowers. What Tuxedo Mask has? Hey, come on, guys. That's because Batman has no superpowers does not mean he's useless. That's like saying Green Arrow's useless, Robin's useless, Nightwing's useless, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Punisher,
Captain America.
These guys have no superpowers, and these guys even still kick ass. As a matter of fact, they're not even close to being neither a mutant nor a metahuman. You know what's even better? What about those anime characters, Revy from Black Lagoon and Spike Spiegel from Cowboy? Those guys have no superpowers, and as a matter of fact, they're not even close to being neither a meta nor a mutant. These guys still kick ass. Would you guys want to call them useless because they have no superpowers? Come on, it's just ridiculous. Batman has survived taking massive heavy blows from a lot of nasty heavy hitters without prep time, such as Killer Croc, Clayface, Darkseid, and so much more. Even when Batman's been drawing lots and lots of blood loss, he still never gives up. Even with no help, New 52 Batman has survived a rocket hit blast at a point-blank range, getting his braids fried from the electric chair, thanks to the Joker anyway, taking multiple Arkham inmates down at once with little outside help from Nightwing, disguised as the Joker, survived falling off hundreds of feet off the old Wayne Tower without his outfit, getting stuck in a maze for days without food and very little water, destroy Professor Pig's lab, finding Commissioner Gordon innocent, and stopping the Joker virus from spreading around the world. I know there are some things that I didn't go over, but I can't name them all, okay? I'm going to make you all extremely jealous. But guess how big is Batman's IQ? Answer, 193. Not only that, but guess how old was Bruce Wayne when he graduated high school? Answer, 14 years old. Needless to say, but I am super jealous. Normally, if you were like 13 or 14 years old, you start off high school as a freshman. I know what you're thinking. How can someone like Bruce Wayne graduate high school at an age like that? Answer, he has synesthesia. What is synesthesia? Synesthesia is a simultaneously perception by one or more, such as sight of shape, letter, object, numbers, and names, which is extremely useful for math calculations, solving riddles, finding weaknesses, and so much more. Batman has decades of fighting experience, and he has beaten multiple enemies as a young adult, even with no prep time. Even if we take all of his resources and gadgets away from him, he is still the master of martial arts, stealth, athleticism, disguise, medical training, and intelligence. Sure, Tuxedo Mask is a smart student in college, but I'm afraid Batman takes the edge once more, especially that one annoying part in Sailor Moon. Oh my god, there is no such thing as a freaking fair fight. We see Batman dodge all kinds of gunfire, both far and point-blank range, a bunch of times. And I really mean all kinds of bullets. 5.56 NATO rounds, 9mm, .45 ACP, 7.62, and more. As we stated before, there is no outside help. How strong is Batman? Answer, he can lift about like 2,500 pounds plus. He has already beaten characters who are twice as bigger and twice as stronger. Tuxedo Mask is an expert swordsman, but sadly, Batman has beaten countless swords masters like Ra's al Ghul, Damian Wayne Robin, Talia al Ghul, and more. So you tell me, which is stronger, a rose or a ninja shuriken? Well, duh, nobody is that stupid enough to tell which is deadlier. Sure, Tuxedo Mask's rose is fast and strong enough to break through a glass sword, but his armor is far more superior. So the edge goes to Batman. So the winner is Batman.
Yeah, I thought they were saying no, we're not done yet.
My friends and I have been waiting for this in a very long time. Ever since I've been subscribing to you after I watched your Batman Beyond vs. Spider-Man 29 video. That was amazing. Why does Batman win? Because he is Batman. Just kidding. Anyway, Batman wins because he has years of training, years of fighting experience, older, far more athletic, and way more insanely smarter than Tuxedo Mask. Sure, at least he does have more magic than Batman. I'll give him that.
Now, if you want to see the Bat...
Oh, wait. Allow me to say this one, yeah? Alright, everyone. If you guys want to see a George Clooney Batman take on Tuxedo Mask, nah, just kidding.
Get on with the offer.
Okay, sorry. I'm just a goofball, just like Akira Toriyama. Anyway, if you guys want to see a epic rematch with Reptile Batman's advanced arsenal gear, including the Hellbat armor, take on Tuxedo Mask with the golden crystal and his stupid magical donkey.
No! God!
Ow! Okay, chill, I'm just playing. Sheesh. 1. All you have to do is smack that like button into hell so hard. And 2. Comment down the word hell yeah, baby.
No, just like the video, period.
If this video reaches 700,000 likes and 1 million, hell yeah, baby, comments, there will be a one hell of a f***ing rematch. Also, don't forget to comment down your own ideas, because pretty soon, there may be a future episode of our Cartoon Fight Club, or even better, Rewind Rumble. By the way, that's because you haven't seen your dream come true. Doesn't mean you have to give up. It takes a long time to make it happen. Example, my biggest goal is, I really want to be a professional gunsmith.
And guys, that eventually happened with me. I always wanted Nickelodeon versus Disney to happen ever since back on Cartoon Fight Club episode 82. Like when they offered the Clubhouse Gang versus SpongeBob Out of Water Heroes, and I was like, wait, instead of that, how about we just take it to the higher ups? Nickelodeon characters versus Disney characters. And then after like a season and a half, and then after like almost 2 full seasons of Cartoon Fight Club and Rewind Rumble, that eventually became a reality. Back on, I don't know if I remember the exact day, but I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was on episode, I know it was episode 82, but I don't know. I'm sure it was back in 2016, but yeah, if you try hard enough, you can have your favorite episode matchup come to reality, like I did with the idea raffle.
I can work on all kinds of firearms and blades. So remember this very important thing carefully. 1, be generous. The rewarding will come soon later. And 2, believe in yourself and create your own destiny. Don't fear failure. Later, stay gold, bang.
Now, if you want to see the Bat Family take on the Sailor Scouts, all you have to do is like this
Okay, here is the actual rematch thing.
video. If this video gets 5,000 likes, a team battle like that will be put into production. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas, and stay tuned as the next fighters are going to be revealed.
Alright, yeah, we got Spidey versus Blue Beetle. Yeah, okay, we got... Oh, we also have Naruto versus Saitama. I didn't even realize that. Alright. I'm not even gonna bother watching the rematch. Or not the rematch. I'm not even gonna bother watching the pre-analysis.
I want to welcome a new member to Team Animation Rewind, Origin Animations. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to check out the Origin Animations YouTube channel to watch even more sprite battles, such as Steven Universe versus Star Butterfly. Thanks, and
I'll definitely do that. Okay. What's up? You'd be doing what you're doing right now, of course. Not to say that you would be a criminal. But still. Yo, guys, I just realized one thing. I'll say it after, though. Death battle much? I mean, this does look kind of like a death battle episode. What is that, Iron Spider?
Shall we dance?
I think that is. Oh, Street Fighter Alpha 3 KO. Who won? Wait, Blue Beetle? So I'm guessing Blue Beetle beats Spider-Man?
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and
I did.
Super special thanks to the latest team member of Team N.
I'm guessing that Blue Beetle.
It looks like Spider-Man isn't feeling so good because the winner is Blue Beetle. Now, I know most of you who've seen CFC Part 1 were expecting Peter Parker to fight Dan Garrett instead of Yami again. The problem with me moving forward with a different character is that the first battle was absolutely wrong. So I need to fix some things up. Now, the stats on Spider-Man and the original CFC weren't the problem. The problem was the complete downplay of Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was extremely downplayed to being only massively hypersonic when it comes to speed. In reality, Blue Beetle is an MFTL Plus character. The Blue Beetle can scale to Green Lantern in both travel and combat speed. The Scarab itself chased a pair of lanterns across the galaxy and was easily able to keep up with them to the point of annoying them. Blue Beetle can also go toe-to-toe with Hal Jordan, who is one of the greatest lanterns of all time. Spider-Man has a few base FTL reaction speed feats, but that is very weak evidence of traveling speed at the same speed for long distances, or fighting at the same speed for a long period of time. Maybe in quick flashes, Spider-Man can do something quite fast, but he doesn't have the stamina to keep up that speed like Blue Beetle can. If the speed gap was closed, getting past the spider sense would be tough for Blue Beetle, but considering the fact that Blue Beetle speed blitzes Peter, he would be too slow to react regardless. We could break down other categories like strength and skill, but when you're too fast, it kinda doesn't matter at this point, making the winner of this Rumble Blue Beetle. So sure, Yame was quite a challenge, but if you do want to see Peter in fact take on Dan, all you have to do is like this video. If this video gets 3,000 likes, yet another rematch will be put into production. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas, and stay tuned as the next fighters are going.
Which is Saitama versus Naruto.
Everyone is well aware of the epic upcoming battle between Sans and the Judge coming soon in the future to Rewind Rumble. But if you're tired of waiting and want to see the first 60 seconds of the fight, all you have to do is head on down to the Cartoon Fight Club Amino and join the Cartoon Fight Club Amino fan club. The CFC Amino is its own little community, but within that community there's something known as the Cartoon Fight Club exclusive. prep time. Let the battle begin.
Yeah, Sans versus the Judge, which after this we're gonna tune in to watch that. Excuse me.
Success without integrity means nothing.
You know, maybe I should have downloaded all of these. He not. Sounded like Mega Man music.
This power. What?
Sasuke.
What in the world are you? What do you want?
I want everything.
Damn it. Doesn't matter how much you try and fight.
Da, 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 da. Get better, animator. Oh wait, this is Gabriel M. I didn't realize that. I was about to say. I'm so confused on what's going on. Oh. Very loud. That. I like how Saitama is just doing almost nothing. And he's taking all these blows like a madman. Okay, now Saitama finally wins. I figured Saitama would win. Easy work.
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and if you did, super special thanks to Team Animation Rewind, Zeus Rules. I'd also like to thank Corin O'Keefe for the research/notes. Thanks, and enjoy the post-analysis. And the winner is Saitama, and I know that Cape Baldi has coined the One Punch Man, but a fight against a Hokage like Naruto would not be an easy fight, and would certainly take more than one punch. And most of their stats are very close, if not dead even. When it comes to speed, both characters have FTL speed feats. Saitama was able to dodge and react to the light speed fist, and Naruto in a Sage of Six path mode was able to dodge a light fang in point blank range. As for attack potency or chakra potency, Naruto can scale to having enough chakra to fuel at the very least 1,000 ninjas with lowballing. With 3 times the amount of chakra levels that these ninjas normally would have, Naruto is able to scale to this with only having half of the Nine-Tail chakra. What I'm getting at is in Naruto the Last, it took a couple hundred ninja to fuel a cannon capable of blowing up a moon. And what's important to know is in preparation to this explosion, these ninjas were preparing to explode a full moon, not a hollow moon. They only calculated this cannon to be able to teleport and blow up a full moon. And it took a couple of hundred, whereas it only took Naruto half of his chakra to literally fuel at least 1,000 ninjas with over 3 times the amount of their normal levels, showing he has more than enough energy to fuel a moon-busting cannon. Plus,
Madara absorbed the Ten-Tailed Beast, who can casually blow away nations, and whose pure chakra is comparable to that of a small world in size, and Naruto was able to handle this guy. This can shoot Naruto all the way to small planet level. Saitama's serious punch was stated to have the force of a star, but many people say that this is a flimsy statement, so at the very least, his punch deflecting Boros's beam would be at minimum planet level. If we lowball both characters, this category would be a tie. If we highball each character, Saitama would have an outstanding edge in this category with star level attack potency. When it comes to durability, Naruto would be around small planet level for similar reasons explained earlier, but he has a super impressive healing factor, so to kill Naruto, Saitama would need to damage Naruto in a single blow hard enough to kill him without a chance of regeneration. As for Saitama's durability, other than getting scratched by a cat, which was more of a comedic situation, if you want me to discount the gag super OP side of Saitama, I would have to be consistent in logic and also discount the gag super weak points of Saitama. Saitama's durability is still up for grabs, since he didn't even break a sweat against Boros, at least didn't break a sweat in regards to actually getting hurt. So if we had to go off of what we could prove, Saitama would be at the very least anywhere from planet to star level, which yes, is a huge range to pick from. It's like saying anywhere from human to ocean. So let's just lowball it and say planet level just to keep the debate interesting. Skill is another tricky one. Well, let me put it like this. I would easily say that Naruto is more skilled, has more experience, knows more fighting styles, and is a better fighter, but at the same time, the style in which Saitama both fights and approaches his enemies would likely nullify Naruto's game plan to try his best to conserve his energy. Naruto can't pull all of his fancy tricks, knowing that he needs to save as much energy as possible for the long run. Here's another way to think about it. If Saitama throws one serious punch, he's going to be fine energy-wise as if nothing happened. I could even bet that he could throw 100 full serious punches before he starts to get tired, and that limit might even be higher. We don't know that limit until Saitama gets tired. If Naruto were to go all out, throwing moon-busting levels of chakra, he's going to burn out way faster than Saitama is. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not trying to say that Naruto is going to be severely weak after one moon-busting or planet-busting type of attack. But I do think it's fair to acknowledge that if there was 1,000 dead moons right in front of each character, Saitama will burn through all those moons faster than Naruto and with less energy, and would be less tired once all the moons are destroyed. Just look at how tired each character is after every battle. Now, Saitama does have weaker competition, that is a good point, but again, that serious punch seemed like no big deal to the Baldy. So they both have very similar speed feats, meaning they could easily dodge each other's attacks, but eventually Naruto in the long run is going to run out of chakra, be low on chakra, and grow very weak. Saitama, while he may have a stamina limit, he just hasn't shown clear signs of what that limit is. But he has shown clear signs that that limit is going to be higher than Naruto's. And sure, Naruto has great regeneration, but a planet-level serious punch from Saitama after Naruto is burnt out of his moon-busting levels of chakra is going to do some serious damage to the knuckle-headed ninja, making the winner of this Rumble, Saitama.
Alright. We have one more to watch. And then we're fucking done for today. Sans versus the Judge. Let's just fucking get this over with. I want to just go back. I just want to go to sleep or something. I don't know. I want to do something. You get the whole cat and dog cliche. Oh, this was animated by the same person who animated Spider-Man vs. Blue Beetle. like it. Oh my god! I think this is the first time I've ever seen him like this. Okay, the judge beats Sans. But hey, at least he didn't like bait him. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna tell my friend Sonic World 23 to not watch this video.
Judge, calculate. I guess you can say Sans batted 3 strikes and struck out this fight, resulting in him turning off. Nope, that's poor taste. Well, anyway, Pablo wins, and it's probably better for Sans this way. Sans isn't making a return on Rewind Rumble. Cartoon Fight Club is a different story. Sans probably will never ever retire from that series. He is the flagship mascot of CFC.
Okay, for a second I thought whenever he said like Sans's final appearance on Rewind Rumble, I thought it was for this year, but it looks like forever.
More importantly, I need to explain to you why the judge can beat Sans in a fight. It all comes down to durability, stamina, and speed. Sans is fast, so fast he can scale to Frisk. This makes him at least massively hypersonic plus, likely much higher as Frisk is able to dodge attacks such as lightning bolts from Vulcan. Eventually, the speed of Frisk gets so high to even becoming immeasurable with immense amounts of determination. The judge can directly scale to the batter who can dodge multiple light-based attacks, and the batter has flown to the sun at roughly 360 times the speed of light as calculated by the Perpetual. The Perpetual calculated that the mass of the sun in the off-universe is 1.989 E plus 30 kg. The batter is seeking out the Queen due to her being perceived as responsible for the events of the game, and the Queen lies within the sun, hence why she's able to send energy of the sun from her location to the Guardians. This leads the batter to simply going there. The calculated distance is set at roughly 149,598,000,000, and that's in meters. The batter traveled this distance in 1.38 seconds, making him roughly 361.5 times the speed of light. The judge can directly scale to this. This is a problem for Sans because the judge's competence accuracy is 100%. So every time the judge attacks, he is guaranteed to land a hit. I know that sounds like a no-limits fallacy, but technically it's not a no-limits fallacy because there is a theoretical way to dodge an attack from the judge in a crossover battle sense. These competence attacks work somewhat like a homing missile does, so if you're a character who is faster than the attack speed, in theory, you can outrun the attack before it hits you, until the energy is drained. These attacks don't have infinite energy. Technically, the attack doesn't miss, but when it finally reaches you, it has no attack points left, does no damage since the energy is drained. So at first, Sans will be somewhat safe. The problem comes along when we factor in stamina. Eventually, Sans is going to grow tired, and we all know it only takes one hit to beat Sans. The judge, on the other hand, has at least star-level durability as he was able to trade blows with the batter and scale directly off of the batter. The judge has such a durability edge that he doesn't need to expose all of his energy during the fight, so he doesn't have to go as fast as Sans has to go. This also gives the judge a stamina edge. So while speed may be up for grabs, at least at first, since scaling to an immeasurable Frisk is tricky, Once you factor in stamina and durability, Sans is eventually going to have a bad time, making the winner of this Rumble the Judge. Now, Sans isn't making a return to Rewind Rumble, but if you want to see a rematch on Cartoon Fight Club, in fact, in Off vs. Undertale Total War, all you have to do is like this video. If this video gets 10,000 likes, such a Total War on the Cartoon Fight Club series will be put into production. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas, and stay tuned as the next fighters are going to be revealed.
All right, who's up next?
The next episode of Rewind Rumble.
Okay, this is Dante versus... Crap, who's he? Wait a minute. Kratos. Kratos versus Dante?
For next time, we have a back-to-back Dante battle. You're getting 2 Dante fights for the price of 1, though they will be separate uploads. You're getting Dante versus Hellboy and Dante versus Kratos.
Dante versus Hellboy and Dante versus Kratos. Seems very interesting.
Make sure you're subscribed to stay notified. I'm Animation.
Alright, nice, okay. I'm ending this episode here because I am all tired and this has just gotten really boring and bland. So I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed, I guess, and I will be back with an upload very soon. Hopefully sometime like Wednesday or something. I might have something planned for y'all. Well, actually, on the 18th, this Tuesday or possibly even Monday, I actually have a Secret Santa gift for somebody. Some of you may already know, some of you don't know, but whoever you do know, just don't tell anybody. Well, okay. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all, I guess, Monday.